Hey, what's up everybody? I'm JBFlintlock. I'm just making a short video here. I want to kind of elaborate on some of the things I talked about in working up a load. So if you haven't seen that video, I talk about what load might be right for you. What I wanted to elaborate on is a technique called reading the patches. So the easiest way to do it is to shoot somewhere that a lot of muzzleloader shooters haven't been shooting, and pick up your patches from on the ground. Now, if you are somewhere that's like a muzzleloader club and there's tons of patches or whatever, you can put a tarp out or something like that. If it's winter time, you know, the fresh snow is great to spot those patches and pick them up. But you pick them up and you look at them. So you want to see how they look, and the condition of them can give you a lot of information. It doesn't tell the whole story, but it does give you a lot of information. So some of the things that you can gather from that: if you have a patch that is very dark black on the powder side, so basically you're going to have two sides, the side that was against the ball and the side that was against the powder. Sometimes it's hard to tell which is which, but usually you'll get more black fouling and things on the powder side because that's where the ignition takes place. But if you get like a really deep dark black, something that could be some too much lubrication, like if you're using a liquid lube, it will infiltrate the powder and kind of not give you a complete burn, and you'll end up with these really deep dark black patches. If it's looking very burnt, charred, brown color, you know, that can indicate that maybe you have too much powder or maybe not enough lubricant. So you could play around with, you know, modifying those type of things. If your patches are shredded, you know, it can mean a couple things. Sometimes you don't have the proper thickness to match your rifling. That's where the technique in my last video, you know, showing you how to take some measurements and things like that, can be really helpful. So you may not be filling the rifling, and it may be shredding it on the way by. The other thing is the ball could be too loose, too small. Like an undersized ball will sometimes, in a way, it rattles its way down through. So it's not held firmly by the patch, and so as it travels through, it kind of, think of it bouncing off the sidewalls a little bit. Now these are really small amounts that it's moving, but that rattling down the side of the barrel can sometimes shred the inside, or the you'll get like a ring around the outside, and that's all that's left of your patch. You can look for cutting. Sometimes if your ball's too big, it will cut on the lands of the rifling, and you'll end up with, you know, small cuts around the patch in a circular pattern. That usually indicates the ball's too tight. Now some of that can happen upon loading, so it's not always from firing that happens. One of the ways that you can check to see if you can pull your breech plug. I like to do this on new barrels too. You can pull your breech plug and you can load a patch and ball, shove it all the way through, and see what it looks like on the other side without firing it. If you have like a target gun with a false muzzle, you can put the ball and patch through the false muzzle and then see what it looks like coming out, and that'll kind of indicate to you if your load is too tight. It'll tell you a lot, actually, pushing a ball through without the breech plug in place. You can, you know, get a lot of information that way. So I just wanted to elaborate a little bit on my working up a load video. I'm going to do this with a couple other subjects as we go forward. I'm just going to sprinkle them in here. So just a nice short video. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment in the video below. You can also reach out to me on my website. It's www.jbflintlock.com. As always, give this a thumbs up if you like this type of content, if you appreciate it. I appreciate you guys and all your views. And as always, thanks and safe shooting.